Hi, YouTube. I'm Marissa.
I'm Connor.
And together we're
Carissa.
Carissa.
Oh, that was an 8.
That was an 8.
That was an 8.
Okay.
One of the questions that we get often, or I get often, is what my career is.
Yeah, what do you do?
I think there's a lot of interest for people watching our videos and even people in, Facebook groups I'm in for SMA and Living with MD. What careers people with disabilities can do. And I think I hesitate to limit that. I've seen people do all sorts of careers, from I've seen doctors, I've seen lawyers, anything really. I mean, within limits.
Fighter pilots.
I don't think there's any. Well, that
A little too
that
close
could
to
be.
home.
That could
Sorry.
be. She said that because she knows that when I was a kid, my dream was to be a fighter pilot. So
I mean, hey,
that was a dig.
You could dig at me. My dream was to become a trash truck driver.
That's fair.
So.
But you're actually capable of being a trash truck driver.
I mean, you could fly drones.
That's not a fighter pilot.
They do fighter pilot-like things.
Anyway, big reveal. I am a trained geotechnical engineer. For those of you that are not familiar with what that is, I essentially work with Earth. So designing dams, levees, flow walls, retaining walls, foundations for buildings. That's what I'm trained in. I have since graduated to being a design manager for the. You okay? She's telling me she has pneumonia. She doesn't have pneumonia. She doesn't even know what pneumonia is.
Literally had to ask you about it. I'm like, hey, what types of pneumonia are there? Yeah. He's like, girlfriend, get out of here.
The agency that I work for deals with public safety, so civil works. Specifically, my office is focused on a lot of like local beach nourishment, river dredging for navigation. My specific job is to, I describe it as herding cats as a design manager.
Literally his dream job is legitimately herding cats, though.
My daily task involve leading teams of engineers to essentially make sure that they get their projects done and making sure they stay on schedule and on budget. You can think of it like a project manager, but excuse me, it's more focused on like the technical aspects of the job, the engineering, not so much the like financial budget side of things. To get into that, I have lots of schooling. I went to UC Berkeley, which at the time was one of only 3 universities that offered a disabled students residence program. So what that looked like was for the first year at university, I lived in the dorms. I lived in it was a normal dorm, but in this dorm, they had like a 24/7 on-call personal assistant that was there to help with, all your activities of daily living. They helped me shower, bathe, get dressed, use the bathroom, all that type stuff. And in that freshman year, I had to take a class that was focused on teaching me how to navigate the various government assistance programs out there so that I could set up my own personal assistance. And then over the course of the first year, we were to phase out using the 24/7 staff and phase in our own staff so that by the end of the first year, we were essentially self-sufficient. So that's why I sort of learned to navigate government bureaucracy and agencies. Got my degree, did a lap year, and got a master's in my field, geotechnical engineering. After that, I had some difficulty getting a job, as most people with disabilities do. You know, as I've stated in other videos, I realized very quickly that kind of the public sector was really the only area that was going to make accommodations for a person with disabilities, especially in my field, which is very heavy on like field work. Many baby geotechnical engineers spend their first 1 to 5 years primarily just doing subsurface investigations, which is being out on a drill rig, logging holes, which wasn't something I could really do. So I took a job with the Department of Transportation as a highway safety standards engineer. It was the most boring job in my life. I did not enjoy it at all. I lasted about 10 months before transferring to a DA intern as a Department of Army intern for the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers as a geotechnical engineer. And that's where I've been since. I have been there for 14 years now.
I think that's, yeah.
Spent 10 of them as a geotech engineer and the last 4 as a senior design manager. Oh, that's a lie. I did a 4-month stint as a chief. I didn't enjoy that. I mean, I did. It was fun. But yeah, so that's where I'm at now. And actually, in thinking about what I was going to talk about for this video, I remembered that this is not my first foray on YouTube. I actually was filmed and posted on YouTube for a promo.
I think it was.
It was a promo video.
Yeah.
For a fellowship that I did. Oh, I did leave out.
You left out a kind of important part,
That's
which
a big deal.
He doesn't like mentioning, but should I tell them?
You can do what you want.
He's a doctor.
Not really. It's the fake kind.
I mean, it's not honorary. That's the fake kind.
That's true. During the 14 years with the Army Corps, I went to night school and did receive a PhD. So the promo video was for the fellowship, the DoD fellowship that paid for my PhD tuition. Should I link to that?
Oh, we should link it.
I'll see if I can find the video and I'll link to it. I'm 28.
Baby.
28 in the video. 26. I'm young, but it's a good one. Yeah, so all this to say, I don't think you should limit what you want to do. If you have a dream, you should go for it. I will say, be realistic about what your body can handle. But if there's something that you think you are capable of doing, um, there are resources out there to make it happen. And, even if you don't succeed in getting there initially, just keep trying. Like I said, I had difficulty finding work when I first graduated college, especially in my field, but I did eventually. Um, and I think I'm pretty well established now, and I love what I do.
I was also gonna say, like, I think if you are looking for employment or just like you're like looking towards getting a degree, like really reach out in the groups.
Yeah,
I mean, there's always people in there that are like either where you're at or a step ahead,
yeah.
or willing to.
And yeah, for sure. I also want to mention, because I didn't earlier, there are a lot of um, government resources for tuition assistance that aren't just like scholarships. When I went to Berkeley, both my undergrad and my graduate degree were, excuse me, paid for by their state's Department of Rehabilitation. It was, essentially their belief that they wanted to do everything that they could to get disabled people jobs. And part of that is job training. And they looked at, university college degrees as job training. And I don't think that's specific to just California. I think lots of states have, comparable Department of Rehabilitation offices that will provide tuition assistance if that's something that you're looking for. So there are resources out there. If you have any questions or need some guidance, I'd be happy to help with that. You can leave a comment. I can try to find a more direct way for us to communicate, but just
Send us an email.
Send us an email. Do we have an email?
Yeah, we have our email.
Okay.
I think if you click the little logo icon, we can put it in the
Okay.
Maybe we should start leaving it in the description box
Probably.
below.
That's a good idea.
We're new to this stuff.
Yeah. We're not professionals. But yeah, just reach out and I'm happy to help. So I hope this was informative. I feel very exposed.
Oh, no.
I feel like they know way too much about me now.
We don't have to do this.
Yeah, it's out there.
I mean, it's not out there actually.
But it's fine. All right. Well,
he doesn't like talking about his education, so I think that's where this stems from. He's
fair.
really smart and he uses his brain, and he doesn't like talking about it.
I'm not that smart. Anyway, it's the compliments. Compliments make me uncomfortable.
I'm sorry, no compliments below. Do not put anything in the chat about compliments.
I'm ending this video before I get to the end. Thanks, everyone. Catch you on the flippy flop.
Catch you on the flippy flop.